I just saw the news that Alibaba has been fined, I think, around about $1 billion for Ant Financial. And I think this might be important news, and I want to contextualize it in this video. So you may remember what happened to a company called Didi, the ride-hailing company, right? That IPO'd in New York Stock Exchanges and was at the heart of this so-called technology crackdown in China shortly after the IPO. And it was this big tech example of where regulators really cracked down, and it importantly marked the beginning of the bear market in China. Chinese tech names since then, I think around about 2 years now, have been selling off, of course for a couple of reasons. And if you've watched my channel continuously, then you've also seen that I've got a little bit different views about why it really has sold off, and the impact of regulation and whether or not that regulation was actually a smart move or not. But that's not a topic here. The bigger topic, I would say, is rather that this was a psychological event in investors' minds, right? It's by the way, they're just taking selfies of a cat here. Anyway, so a psychological moment and a mark of a beginning of this huge sell-off. And now I'm arguing that this news about the financial IPO and this fine could actually mark also the end of this bear market and maybe, hopefully, the start of a new bull market. Why could this be? Because this huge fine could actually signify that the regulators are done with sorting things out the way they want it to be in the tech space, and of course at the heart here with Alibaba and the financial sector, which is of course a very, very central point for regulators to have a look at, given all of the speculation that's happening, the risk in the financial system with microloans, with debt and so on. So this was an important thing for regulators to get done, to have the upper hand here in terms of the private sector cannot dictate everything in this regard. And now it seems like with the fine and the news being out that this is this process has ended, there might be the way the way is open now, if you will, for something new, and that might be an Ant Financial IPO. We don't know whether or not this is going to happen for sure, but there have been speculations and rumors for quite some while now, and I would say it's getting more and more likely. And if that would happen, this, looking back maybe a couple of months from now in hindsight, this may mark a new start of a period in which there's clear boundaries, regulation has settled, and things can happen again in a way, like IPOs in the US. It's not the first IPO in the US again. There have been substantial IPOs by Chinese companies again. That has already been done in a way that the Chinese oversight of new IPOs has been regulated, and it's clearly been done before. But there needs to be a certain size, a big company like before Didi or now Alibaba and Financial, that is doing something like this. And so we need, and this is at the core of this news, a big story around it, all right? A big name that can actually bring together a certain common sense and some sort of agreement around the opinion that actually the Chinese regulators have reached their final outcome of what they have wanted to achieve. So that's why I think it might be significant. We'll see going forward whether or not this might actually be the case. I thought that the news was significant in this regard, and we'll see in the next couple of weeks how it's going to play out. Thanks for watching here from Shanghai, and see you in the next one.